Y'all, we really did it. We hit 10,000 subscribers. Now, I'm a little late because I'm actually recording this August 3rd, I think is today's date. Oh my gosh, August 4th, July 27th. Actually, I can show you on my phone here if I can find my phone. So that was the day. It was, I don't know if you can see that, it was 9,999 subscribers. And it's funny because me and my friends, I told them I'm almost at 10K, and they're like, okay, we're gonna help you get to 10,000 so you can take a picture. So I missed it when it actually went to 10,000 because I kept checking YouTube Studios so I could take a picture because it was a big moment. And my friend was like, okay, I'm gonna unsubscribe and subscribe again so that way you can get to 10,000 and then go back. So she did that for me, and I was able to take a picture there of the 10,000. So I figured, hey, you know what? It's a celebration for you guys supporting me and believing in what I'm doing. So I was like, what? Instead of cooking a recipe, I'm going to take you guys on a kitchen tour and we can go from there. This is the kitchen. Let me turn on the light. Is it going to be too yellow? That's it. So look, this is the kitchen. I'm going to give you the whole kind of breakdown. It's a lot of pots and pans out right now because I was cooking last night. So this is actually where you see me cook. Usually I put my camera right here on this counter, and then I have an extension. So I'll show you that in a bit. I have a mobile island that I put right here. And so when I'm cooking, I'm on this space, and that gives me enough space for you guys to see me. Here's my sink where all the my husband left dishes in the sink. That's all right. That's all right. Here's my sink. Here's my other sink drainer. Here's my trusty Instapot. This is what I use to cook the collard greens. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. And then usually when you see me cook, I'm cooking with my induction stovetop. So I keep that actually right here. It's my induction stovetop. Here's my regular stove. If I'm cooking multiple dishes, that's this. And then here's all this extra counter space. We actually kind of just organized things because I used to have my big cutting board up here, but it was taking up too much counter. So I changed it up. These are some spices that I use. My favorite, if you know, at least in this one, is this kalonamic. Super good for if you're trying to make your tofu taste like eggs. This is great. Got my fruit bowl. I keep some of my dry goods here. So this is my pasta. We got bucatini and spaghetti, some macaroni. This is empty. I don't know what I'm going to put here. Coffee machine, coffee mugs, whole coffee setup. But then here is where the magic really begins. Because if you've been here for a while, and if you haven't, if you knew, you're going to find out. Spices are huge for me. So this is all the spices that I have in my pantry. But some of my favorites I could show you are actually in here. So of course, we got to start off with Miss Tabitha Brown. I need to order some more of this because she's not making them anymore. So I need to grab up as much as I can. The Very Good Garlic, that is my favorite. It's a nice all-purpose seasoning. It's salt-free. I'm always using this Better Than Bouillon vegetable base to create my broths, which help for adding more flavor to soups, stews, pasta dishes, all types of stuff. And then I really love this all-purpose mushroom spicy rub. I get this from my mushroom farmer in High Point, Sprinkles. So it's really good. You can tell I've used this because the words are coming off. I got my backup one right here. Honestly, I just reorganized the pantry maybe a week and a half ago because it was looking crazy. I could barely see what was going on. I was buying too many things because I didn't know what I had. So this is the best version of it right now. So this is perfect timing. So way up at the top, it's all the cereals for my daughter and sometimes me. I got my almond flour, my hemp seeds, and then some stock stuff up there. And then for me, the second row is all my canned goods. So the famous black bean burgers that really, I think, supercharged the YouTube channel. This is I don't have a particular brand of black beans that I use, but black beans have a special place in my heart. Oh look, I just saw this. So I do have some stock of the Very Good Garlic. So as you can see, I still need to work on my organization because I didn't even know that was there. My jackfruit. I don't know if I did a recipe on the YouTube channel for that for y'all. My chickpeas. I'm always trying to have some type of tomatoes on deck because that makes gives a lot of flavor. Coconut milk. I get the full fat, but I just make sure it's unsweetened. That's key. A tomato paste. You're always going to find that in my kitchen. It's a quick way to make pizza sauces, but also adds flavor to stews, soups, my curries. This is my favorite brand of curry paste. I get their red curry paste and their green curry paste. Really good. Actually, I went to Atlanta to visit a friend during the summer, and I got this huge curry paste from their farmers market, the DeKalb farmers market. It's called Penang curry paste. Look how huge this is. This is this. This is this. Okay. This is 14 ounces. This is 4 ounces. I think this costs the same as that. That's the beauty of going to a farmer's market. Different sweeteners here, some molasses. Oh, I just started. I haven't used it yet. I have a cookbook that suggested it, some pomegranate molasses. So maybe in a recipe you'll see me do that. Here is actually more of my dry goods, but like fresh. So not fresh, but from scratch. So like I got like my dried black beans. I got lentils back there. Yeah, those are black eyed peas. Got some spirulina back there. I haven't used this in a while. This is just your regular green spirulina. I like to put this in my smoothies. Got some, these are kidney beans. Oh, those are sunflower seeds down at the bottom. I love labeling things like this so I could just see it when I come in here. So I got my sweet coconut flakes, some cumin seeds, which really make a huge difference when you toast the seeds versus using dried cumin. Some star anise, bay leaf, and then way at the bottom are my cardamom pods, which I like to use when I make some chai tea. Peanut butter, that's a staple. Cheesecloth, I use that for my jackfruit. Got some quick grits. Throwback, flashback to home. I got this cool jar from Whole Foods. So I put like my pumpkin seeds in here. It's really pretty. And I like being able to see things to make it visual. And this is actually some dried mushrooms that I just got from Sprinkles, the Sprinkles farmer. And then also chickpeas. Love chickpeas. And I usually when I make my beans, I don't cook them on the stove. I actually use my Instapot because it's way easier, it's way faster. So I have a really good hummus recipe. It's the pink beetroot hummus that I love to make. I did it for like a charcuterie board. I'll probably put it up here so you guys can see it. But it's way easier because I use the Instapot for that. But let me show you like from my perspective, like, well, not my perspective. Let me show you exactly how the kitchen looks so you can kind of see the space because it's kind of hard to tell right now. But I mean, it's like, it's not a super big kitchen, but it works. It's funny. We're saying this is the celebration for 10K, which is still like so trippy to me. I remember when during the pandemic, and this is like maybe a year into it, so maybe 2021, and I was like thinking about doing a YouTube channel. Let me scratch that. I know God was telling me to do a YouTube channel, and I was scared. I was like, I don't know, like, what can I say? I don't want people to make fun of me. I'm gonna look so weird. I need to do more research. I need to like watch more YouTube videos about how to start a channel and how to take a picture and what kind of camera to have. All the things like getting caught up in the weeds. I was following this guy named Ali Abdal, and he's actually a doctor from the UK. And I was like, oh, maybe I should do stuff like him. And he was just like, think about the things you're passionate about. And so, but I just remember I told my friends that I wanted to do YouTube channel, and I have like the best friends ever because they were like, do it, girl, yeah. And they helped me figure out the name. So my first YouTube channel is not actually this one. So you guys getting some inside information. My first YouTube channel was actually called Cooking on Purpose. It was actually not even cooking. It was cooking, like with an N, Cooking on Purpose. Then I changed that to Cooking on Purpose Health, and it still exists. I use it now for my nonprofit side of things, but eventually I transitioned to Chef Shayla MD. I did that back in, I want to say April of 2024. And let me see if I can remember what my first video was off the top of my head. It was, my first time doing my personal chef work for a friend. And I remember that one got like 1,000 views, and I was like, oh my gosh, people watched it. And it was scary to record it because like I'm all in the grocery store, like nervous to take it was just with my regular Android phone. I was scared to take my phone out because I just felt like self-conscious, like, oh, people are gonna think I'm like that person who's like, oh, look at me, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, this is so weird. And I actually shopped in not Aldi's, the other one, what's it called? It's similar to Aldi's. And I remember people behind me, and I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna get this tomatoes, okay, or I wait for people to pass by to record. But I just kept trying, and my goal was like to do a video a week. I was learning how to edit on the fly. I remember my editing sessions back then. Whoo-wee, take me about 2 days because I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning how to edit, and my husband was like, he actually brought me software that I could use to edit and make things look really good. Like he's such a big supporter. I just remember like going super hard for the first, what, if I started in April, that means up until April's the 4th. So for the first like 8 months, I went super hard. I was like, I gotta do a video a week. We went on vacation. I was like, nope, I'm gonna record 3 videos in advance and edit them. So I'm all on vacation editing the videos. I was like, I gotta be consistent. And my husband would be like, well, I mean, maybe you don't do a video. He's like, I know, I have to, because if I don't, then people aren't gonna watch. Like there was a lot of fear driving the bus. And it finally came to a head in December of 2024. I was burnt out. I had just did like the holiday special kind of video. So I think I did my collard greens video. I had also did, I think I did a sugar cravings video when I was talking about my struggles with sweets during Thanksgiving. And I want to say right before Christmas, I did a video, and in my mind, I was like, I gotta take a break because I felt like the joy was going away. And I was just thinking too much about how do I make this happen? How do I make this happen? And I was listening, all of my YouTube like algorithm for me was all like how to blow up on YouTube, how to do good on YouTube, how to serve the user on YouTube, you know, who is your audience? How are you bringing them value? It was like all that. And I had kind of got away from my actual why, which was God telling me to show up, be myself, share this with people, learn, and just take it one day at a time. I was making it, I was trying my hardest to like be viral or like be the girl, you know what I mean? And I wasn't really being all the way myself. I was learning how to be myself, but I wasn't being all the way myself. So I took a break. I was thinking about not going back onto YouTube. I was like, maybe this was like a pipe dream. This was too much. Like, this is a trend. Like, I can't do this. And I even thought about taking a break from chefing. For those that may be new here, you know, I'm trained as a physician, and I believe God told me that he wanted me to not just be a doctor in the clinic or in the hospital, but be a doctor in the kitchen, showing people how to use food as medicine with plant-based eating, and specifically food that's like a part of my culture. You know, I'm Southern. I'm married to a man whose family from Ghana, so I got the West African influence, got the Southern influence, and my father's in New York. He taught me everything I know about just Caribbean eating, things like that. So there's a lot going on in what I think about with food and like how to make food that tastes good, but is good for us too. That was like the call that I believe God put in my life in this season. And I was like, I don't know, I think I messed up, God. I don't think I can do this anymore. And our friend, Benita, she also has a social media presence. Her clinic is called it's called We Wholeness Clinic, I believe. I'm sorry, Benita, for messing it up. I'll put it on here. But she's an OBGYN and she specializes in women's health, especially women going through menopause and how to do that in a holistic way. And she asked me to do a supper club for her. And she was like, yeah, let's do it in January. And I decided, you know what, let me just do the supper club and see how this feels. If I like it, I'll go back to cooking and maybe doing the YouTube channel. If I don't, this might be my sign to just stop. I decided, you know what, let me just record myself like prepping, getting ready for it, similar to my first video that I did. Honestly, the first video I did on YouTube, I was cooking for her. So it's kind of, what's the word, serendipitous, because it's kind of full circle. My first video was with her. Now I'm doing this repeat video. I'm doing the supper club. And I remember she was telling me it was people who were plant-based curious. So not necessarily people who were vegan, but they were curious about how to, you know, what it means to eat something plant-based that tastes really good. And my menu ended up being a jerk roasted mushrooms, oyster mushrooms from that Sprinkles Mushroom Farm, nicely caramelized over a butternut squash, creamy rigatoni with vegetables. And then the first course I kind of skipped was a charred kale with vegetables and a nice house-made maple Dijon dressing. And then the final entree, which is my favorite, which now is like which is like my thing, people know me for, is my no-bake cheesecake with chocolate drizzle and candy pecans. And when I tell you that day, it was so amazing because number one, people liked the food. Number two, my friend was like, you should see yourself when you're talking about the food. Your energy, your joy is so obvious. This is what you're supposed to do. And I watched the video back and I was like, whoa, that's me. Like I was looking at myself. You know how when you watch yourself or when you hear yourself, you're like, that's how I sound? I was like, that's how I sound. Like I sound so excited. It didn't dawn on me how much I really loved it. The other thing was I met someone who was a part of my devotional group, and she was helping me serve and like get things out on time. We were such a good team. People thought that we were together, like she was a part of my business. And so just so many blessings, and that just reinvigorated me. And I posted that video, and it was just like a spark was lit back. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna just show up. I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself with this YouTube thing. I'm gonna just record, share, go from there, learn, have fun. And I've just been going ever since then. And the funny thing about that supper club is that the same meal that I did for them, except for the salad, I did a different version of the salad, but the same meal that I did for them was the meal that I did for Tabitha Brown. Because I was like, man, this was so good to these people who don't eat plant-based. I know she's going to love it. And that's what I pitched to her team. They loved the idea. That was the video that she shared on Instagram.
Ready? Babe. If y'all need somebody to cater for you in Greensboro or the Triad area, book her.
That's good.
This video is good, ain't it?
So many blessings. Blew up my business. Blew up so many opportunities that I now have. I think helped a ton with people coming to YouTube to see me on my channel. And even right before that, the other part of that school was right before I even cooked for Miss Tab. I don't like I know her, but right before I cooked for her, I actually did a pop-up at Piece of Her by Chef Lou in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I did a pop-up of my black bean burgers. And just like with the supper club, I was like, let me just record it. Let me just share. And that video is, I'm sure, is what has led to me getting to 10,000. I want to say the last time I checked, I think it's like 70,000 views right now. So if you haven't seen it, check out that video. It's only like a 4-minute video, but I share my black bean burger recipe. But I think the thing that really makes people like it is that they see how people actually got to taste it. Because when you're on YouTube, or social media in general, people make something and like, it tastes so good. And you're like, I don't know, does it really? But to see someone who's not the person taste it and go, oh man, these black bean burgers hold together. Wait a minute, this tastes good. I think that's a huge part of it. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, for watching, for all the comments. I try my best to get to most of them. If I haven't, please forgive me. But I'm so glad that I didn't give up. It's so crazy because I think about all the videos that I watch where people say, right when you feel like you're gonna give up, that's the other side of your breakthrough. And literally that's what happened. When I tell you I was about to give up, I was about to give up because I was like, 8 months, like I barely have 1,000, like, I'm a mom, I can take care of my daughter, I'm a wife, I'm trying to work, like it's a lot to do this. I don't know if I can keep going, if it's worth it. I'm so grateful to God that I kept going. I'm so grateful to the people that have been supporting me from the beginning, people who came in the middle, people who just showed up today. I'm so grateful. I want to encourage whoever's watching this with, especially if you want to do YouTube or if you want to do any new thing. I hope y'all can hear me because this lawnmower is like right outside my window. But any person who wants to do anything new and you have that fear, because a lot of it for me was fear, like fear of what people think, fear of looking silly, fear of not knowing, fear of the uncertainty. For me, my faith helped me tremendously, and just knowing that God told me to do this. And I'm speaking to myself right now because there's still things that I want to do even more of. The idea of it is exciting, but it's also kind of like, oh man, am I sure? Like, can I do this? What if I miss out on this? What if it's not the right timing? God is so good. That's all I can say. God is so good in that. This didn't happen because I'm so great and I've been so consistent and I've been so perfect and I'm saying everything right. It happened because I believe because of obedience. Tabitha Brown talks about that a lot. I mean, I'm wearing her shirt or her sweatshirt, which is super comfortable. But she talks about this a lot in a lot of her interviews where she says, she had to learn how to surrender and to submit to God and to be obedient and to listen to what he was telling her to do. My trust in God is a key part of why I'm where I'm at right now. I really believe like what I do is a ministry, and that like cooking for people and giving them food and putting love into that and praying over that and sharing it with people online who may not be able to taste my food but can learn the principles of how to cook this way and why I do the things that I do, and even just having this community, I fully believe that this is what I'm supposed to do. One of the things I'm supposed to do. I don't know how it's going to end, but I'm not supposed to know that. I'm just supposed to take one step at a time. And the same thing is true for you out there. Like a lot of times when we see people, especially nowadays on social media, we think, oh, that's them, they're special, they have this, they have that. I promise you, I used to be that. Like I used to think, I was like, man, ain't nobody gonna watch me. Why would they watch me? You know what I mean? And a lot of times this is like our biggest obstacle. I know for me, this is my biggest obstacle, is my own mind, my own thoughts, the doubt that I have about myself, and letting those thoughts just simmer and tell me I can't do this, or this isn't going to happen. And it's like, instead of being like, oh no, something bad's going to happen, or oh man, I hope something bad doesn't happen, or what if I can't do it? What if it does go well? You know, why not me? And not just in the sense of like having a whole bunch of subscribers or having like external success, but in terms of showing up and being who God created me to be. Man, this video is not what I thought it was going to be at all. I had all these plans. It went completely different, but I'm glad it did. Oh, I told y'all here. That's enough of the deep stuff. I told y'all I was going to show you the mobile island that I use to do my video. So this is it right here. I think we got this from Costco. So this is actually a cutting board that my husband got, man, a while back, maybe 3-4 years ago. And it has our names. On the other side is the actual cutting part, but I put this on our actual mobile island. So it's got some cool drawers. I don't think there's anything in these drawers. It has all my big kitchen supplies. So like my blender, my big Dutch oven, has my food processor. And then it has these wheels. So what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll just drag it over to over there, so that it's in front of the counter, and that basically extends out my counter. This is also another extension of my kitchen. So this is like for my quick things when I'm cooking. It's got my onions, my shallots stay here, garlic. I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but this is actually silver skin garlic. It's spicier than regular garlic. And look at it, isn't that so pretty? How it's got like that nice braid. So I got that from the farmer's market. And then I keep all my big, why is this here? This is trash. But I keep all my big garlic, seasonings here. So like my crushed red peppers, my smoked paprika, garlic, of course. I got some curry powder, cumin. And then there's the table. A lot of times when I take my pictures, I take it in front of this window because it has such good light. And what I'll do is I'll place my plate right there, and then the light from the window like illuminates it, makes it look really pretty. I have some cool videos coming up next. Actually, after this video, I probably got my last summer recipe coming out, but it's gonna be a nice summer recipe. And then, you know, as we get into fall, we got some fun like stews and some Ghanaian inspired recipes too. But let me know in the comments. If we were really talking on the phone right now, I want you to put in the comments what you would ask me. I'll see you in the next video.